Hi dear students, welcome to Gita's classes. Now we are going to see divide and conquer algorithm. So always remember from the name itself we can understand that what it says and what is that algorithm means. Okay, so divide and conquer. If the given problem is very big, if you are not able to solve, then you can divide them into sub problems of the same type or related type. Okay, then it will become very simple. Till we get it simple, you have to divide them. Then the solutions of the sub problems, we can solve the sub problems. Each sub problems can be solved separately. Then they have to be combined. From the name itself, you can understand divide and conquer. If the problem is very big, then recursively you have to break down the problem into two or more sub-problems of the same or related type. Okay, and very simple, it is very easy. Let us see. A typical divide and conquer algorithm solves a problem using the following three steps. So first step is divide. Break the given problem into sub-problems of same type. Then conquer. That is recursively solve the sub-problems. Okay, so our problems are solved. The sub-problems are solved. Again, appropriately combine the answers. Okay, so now the idea of divide and conquer, if you want to write it as an algorithm, then assume that given problem P is of size n. For our convenience, let us take it as 2 per k. Okay, and the algorithm D and C, according to the textbook, it is D and C of P. It is calling the problem P. Okay, so if n is small, solve it. It depends on the problem. What do you mean by this small? Depending only on the problem. For some problem n is equal to 1 may be small. For some problem n is equal to 5 may be small. For some problem n is equal to even 20 may be small. Okay, so depending on the given question, if you feel that it is small, then solve it directly. Okay, otherwise else what happens? Divide. If it is not small, if you are not able to solve it directly, then divide P into two sub problems P1 and P2 of size n by 2. N by 2 means here you have 2 per k. We have assumed that n is equal to 2 per k. Therefore, n by 2 means 2 per k minus 1. Okay. Now you solve these two. Generally, it is of size equal size, but sometimes it may not be of same size also. Sometimes it may be different also. So now you have to solve P1 using this algorithm. That is, again, it is calling the algorithm. Okay, divide the solve the P1. Okay, and then similarly solve the P2. Sub problem P1 and sub problem P2 are solved using the same algorithm. Okay, then again after solve, now we got the solutions of these sub problems. Solutions of P1 and P2 we got. Okay, using the same algorithm we have solved P1 and P2. Now you have to combine. We want the solution of P only, right? So combine the sub problems, combine the solutions of sub problems P1 and P2. Okay, now let us see actually what you mean by here. Again, I'll explain here. P is the given problem of size n is equal to 2 per k. For our convenience, let us take it as 2 per k. So if P is very small, if you can solve it directly, solve it. Otherwise, you have to divide into two sub problems P1 and P2 of size. What will be the size? It is 2 per k minus 1. Okay, equal size. Assume that we are solving it, dividing it into two equal parts. So again, P1 and P2 are small, then solve them. Using the same algorithm, you can solve them. Otherwise, if P1 is large, it is not, if you are not able to solve that, again divide that into P3 and P4. And P2 also, if you cannot solve, you divide it into P5 and P6. What will be the size of these things? Again, n by 4, right? So 2 per k minus 2. Then again, if P3, P4, P5, P6 are small, then you can solve. Otherwise, you have to again subdivide into sub problems of P3, that is P7 and P8. Each one can be divided like this. What will be the size of this one? N by 8, right? That is 2 power k minus 3 and so on. Till which step you will be able to divide? Till you get all the values are 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So this is what is the height of, this is a typical tree, right? So what is the height of the tree you will get here? Till which step you can go? K. So the height of the tree will be is K. Okay, K levels you will have. This is level 1, level 2, level 3. So how many levels you will have? K levels you will have. Okay. So height of the tree is called K. Now divide and conquer is typically implemented recursively here. Okay, one after the other recursively, which results in a tree of recursive calls. Actually, for solving P1, we will call P only. The call algorithm is P. Okay, the method of solving. So if this is small, you solve it. Otherwise, divide them into 2 and this P1 and P2 can be solved using the same algorithm, same method. Okay. Similarly, P3 and P4, all these they are calling recursive. It is a tree which calls recursively as we have seen in this example. Okay. So now how long it will take? Actually, how long this divide and conquer time? How much time will it take? How many times? Now we are going to see how many times do we need any elementary operations. Okay. Or such as comparison or any other operation. It depends on the algorithm. Okay. So let us assume the given problem is T of n. If the given problem is T of n, now you are dividing, this is for P. Okay. Now you are dividing it into 2 equal sub problems, that is of size T of n by 2 plus T of n by 2. Right. Now after solving, what will you do? Actually, how much time it will take? Time for solving the problem P is equal. Now, time for solving P1 and time for solving P2, and you will get an additional time, that is additional cost for combining these two solutions. Now, P we have divided into 2 sub problems. If you solve P1 and P2, again we have to combine the solution. No. So, this is called additional cost for combining. Okay. So, Fn. So this is additional cost of combining. And here we are assuming that for dividing there is no extra cost. Okay. It is a constant. We are assuming that it is a constant. So now we can write it as T of n is equal to 2 into T of n by 2 plus F of n. Okay. So here this example we have divided the problem P into 2 equal sub problems. Okay. Sometimes it need not be equal. Sometimes it may be different. Okay. So in general, we can write it as T of n is equal to A into T of n by B plus F of n. Here if you divide it into 2 equal parts, then n by 2. Here it is not like that. It may be divided into 3 parts, 4 parts, etc. Okay. And for combination A. Okay. And these need not be equal always. Okay. Sometimes if you divide, one may be able to solve, you may be able to solve one part, the other parts can be ignored. Something like that you will get. Okay. So this is the typical recurrence relation. T of n is equal to A into T of n by B plus F of n is the recurrence relation. This is an important part of divide and conquer algorithm. Recurrence relation for a divide and conquer algorithm. Okay. So now let us solve this equation. Let this be equation number 1. This is recurrence relation for divide and conquer algorithm. So solving this for A is equal to 2, B is equal to 2. Now we have seen T of n is equal to 2 into T of n by 2 plus n. Now this is n is linear. Okay. This is the cost of combining this f of n. Let us take f of n as n. Okay. Now let us solve this using iteration method. Solving this recurrence relation using iteration method or substitution method, you can say. Already we have seen how to solve this recurrence relation using iteration or substitution method. How will you solve? You keep on substituting, right? So T of n is equal to 2 into, see what is T of n? Twice T of n by 2. You divide it by 2. So in the place of T of n by 2, twice you divide this by 2. So T of n by 2 into 2, that is n by 4, plus here if you have n here, you have n here. Now we have n by 2 here, so I'll write n by 2 here, okay, plus n. So if you expand it, this is 2 square, that is 4 into T of n by 4 plus 2 into n by 2, you will get 1 n, and here one more n, therefore it will become 2n, right? Similarly, what will be the next one? Again 8 into T of n by, again twice T of n by 2 into 4, okay? So T of n by 8 plus 3n. You observe like this, in general I can write it as n into T of n by n plus how many times? See, remember 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, etc. n is equal to 2 power k. We have assumed that n is equal, for our convenience I told you, n is equal to 2 power k. So what will be the value you will be getting here? K into n, right? Therefore T of n is equal to n into T of 1, n by n, that is 1, plus k into n, k times n, okay? So first is n times, T of 1 is a constant, so this is a constant, this is a constant time n, and this is k into n. What is our k actually? N is equal to 2 per k, right? Given n is equal to 2 per k, implies k is equal to log n base 2. Okay, k is equal to log n base 2. Therefore, now comparatively, this first term is very small, so we can ignore that. Okay, first term can be ignored because it is very small compared to the second term. Therefore, we can write it as T of n is equal to n into log n. Okay, so the complexity is O of n log n. Okay, so for divide and conquer algorithm, if n is linear, then we can write it as n log n. It is understood that here in computers generally log n means log n base 2. Okay, it is base 2, that's why if you want you can write n log n base 2 also. Now, so in general we have seen T of n is equal to A into T of n by B. This is the general recurrence relation, right? So when this is the general recurrence relation, we have taken it as 1. So when A is equal to 2, B is equal to 2 and f of n is equal to n, which is linear, just now we have solved this, right? What is the complexity we got? O of n log n, right? This is one example. Let us see one more example. Example 2. When A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2 and the f of n is equal to constant. That is the combining the solutions will be constant. Okay. So divide it into 2 sub-problems. Okay. B is equal to 2 means 2 sub-problems. And solve the other, actually here one will be, one can be ignored. So A is equal to 1. That means only one part we are going to solve. The other part can be ignored. Okay. So in this case, A is equal to 1, B is equal to, there is no need to combine the solutions. Only one solution. That's why we have taken f of n is equal to C. Okay. So T of n is equal to T of n by 2, 1 into T of n by 2 plus C. Okay. So T of n is T of n by 2 plus C. So again, if you divide this, T of n by 2 means T of n by 4 plus C. For T of n by 2 plus C, again one more C we have here. That is T of, again, T of n by 4 can be written as n by 8 plus C. Again we have two C's here. So please C plus C plus C. So in general, T of n by n plus how many times you will get C? K times. See here 2 squared 2C, 2 cube 3C and so on. Okay. So this is equal to T of 1 plus K times C. Okay. So T of n is equal to, and here T of 1 can be ignored. So n is equal to 2 per k we have taken. So always k is equal to log n. So here log n into constant time. Therefore the complexity will become O of log n is the complexity. Okay. O of log n we got for this second case. I'll give you one more question and you can try doing this. So in an algorithm, we divide large problems. In an algorithm, we divide large problems into three equal parts and discard two of them. That means only one part is being solved. Okay. In constant time. That is that one part is solved in constant time, as we have done in the previous question. Here instead of 2 we are dividing it into 3 equal parts. What is the complexity? You can expect these kind of questions. What is the complexity of this algorithm for size n? For our convenience, let us take it as 3 per k because we are dividing it into 3 equal parts. Let us take 3 per k. So what will be, how will you solve this? Here T of n is what? 1 into A is 1 here, B is 3. 3 equal parts and 2. See, n is divided into 3. So given B is equal to 3 and we are solving only one part. So A is equal to 1. Okay. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 3. And how much time it is taking? C. So f of n is equal to C. In constant time we are solving. Okay. So T of n is equal to 1 into T of n by 3 plus C. So this can be written as T of n by 9 plus 2 into C. In general we can write it as T of n by n plus k times C. That is T of 1 plus k into C. Can you tell me what is k now? Log n base 3, right? Where k is equal to log n base 3 because we have taken n is equal to 3 per k, right? Therefore, what is the complexity now? Order of k, O of k, okay? O of k. Or you can say O of log n base 3, okay? So now let us see one example. Actually, examples of this divide and conquer algorithms can be used or some searching. We can use it in, these are all the examples for divide and conquer algorithm. You can say binary search, in searching binary search. And the second one you can use it for sorting. In sorting we have merge sort and quick sort. All these algorithms you would have studied already. And tree traversal. In tree traversal it is used. Then matrix multiplication, first matrix multiplication. Here also divide and conquer algorithm is applied. Okay. So let us see one example in merge sort. I'll give you one example for merge sort. So here these numbers are given 38, 27, 38, 27, 43, 3, 9, 82 and 10. These 7 numbers are to be sorted. Okay, so what we will do, we will divide it into 2 equal parts. Okay, so what I am going to do is 38, 27, then 43 and 3 I will take into one part, and in the other part I will take 9, 82 and 10, right, in the second part. Now again I cannot solve, you divide it into again 2 equal parts, that is 38 and 27, then 43 and 3, till you get one element. So 9 and 82, then 10. Then again divide it into 2, that is 38, then 27, then 43, 3, then 9, 82, then 10. Now we have divided into equal, that is up to 1. Now what you have to do is, you have to combine these two by solving. What is the solution here? You have to arrange them in the order. So 27 and 38. Arrange them and combine. Okay. Then here 3 and 43. You arrange them in the, you sort them and then combine. Here 9, 82. Then 10 only. These two are combined. Next you have to combine 27. You have to combine these 4, right? So after combining these 4, you have to sort these 4 numbers, then combine. Okay. So you will be getting 3, 27, then 38 and 43. Right? This is from the previous one, combination of these two. Okay, the previous two. Then again here in the next part, 9, 10 and 82. Okay, combining from the previous two. Now again you have to combine these two by arranging. That is, you solve them, then arrange. So 3, you will be getting 3, 9, then 10, 27, 38, 43, then 82. Okay. So this is a typical example of divide and conquer algorithm. Okay. This is merge sort. So like this, for everything you have to divide them into sub problems, then you can solve them, then combine. Okay. And we have seen the recurrence relation for this divide and conquer algorithm also. You can solve the recurrence relation also. With this, unit 4 is over. Next we will start graph theory in the next class, that is unit 5. Okay. Thank you so much for listening.